Not long ago, Jay White was wrestling in plain black trunks, exchanging chops and single-leg crabs with the future members of Roppongi 3K. Yohei Komatsu and Sho Tanaka also began training in early 2014 with White in the New Japan Dojo. David Finlay and Cody Hall also trained in the same class. White noted a rivalry amongst the trainees had developed by the time he left for his excursion. Here is what he had to say on his training class. There is healthy competition between myself and David Finlay, as well as Yohei Komatsu and Sho Tanaka before they left, as we were all trying to outdo each other, and that's only going to bring out the best of each of us, White told ROHWrestling.com. I'd like to think that we performed better than what most people expect from young boys, and that we've set the bar pretty high for the next group of boys coming through. At the time, the 22-year-old from New Zealand didn't stand out much from the rest of his training class. After returning from his excursion to the United States and Mexico, however, White's personality has come out, and the confidence he was missing as a young lion has been found. White's pre-NJPW wrestling career began in 2013. He wrestled for companies such as England's Varsity Pro Wrestling. When VPW brought in Finn Balor to work some shows in 2014, it provided an opportunity for White to get his foot in the door of the New Japan Dojo. In speaking of the dojo, White had this to say. It's probably, in terms of places to get into, it's gotta be the hardest. There's so many people that email myself and others asking about it. Hey, how do I get a tryout, or how do I get in this? A lot of times it comes down to who you know, basically. I got in through Prince Devitt, or Finn Balor, however you want to refer to him. I met him in England, and he was impressed with my work ethic. He went back and put a word in, and then from there, Bad Luck Fale, being a fellow New Zealander, got in touch with me, Jay White said to ESPN. The image of a young lion Jay White was forever eclipsed at New Beginning in Sapporo. Replacing his younger image is one of a confident, albeit inexperienced wrestler holding up an IWGP singles title. White's slim victory over the much-heralded Kenny Omega has launched him several rungs up the ladder in short succession. A loss could have been equally as damning to his career, however. Upon returning to NJPW, White has been immediately thrust into a sink-or-swim scenario. His character brought this on himself by attacking Hiroshi Tanahashi and then challenging him in the Tokyo Dome at Wrestle Kingdom. White losing to Tanahashi in the Tokyo Dome meant he needed to win his next big match, but Omega represented a significant challenge. A win over someone like Omega at this stage in his career seemed just as unlikely as defeating Tanahashi. Jay White turned down an opportunity to join Bullet Club on New Year's Dash, January 5th, 2018. In doing so, he gave Kenny Omega the Blade Runner and left him laying in the ring. He would later join Chaos, but how committed he is to the stable remains unclear. White even commented he wouldn't mind challenging stablemate Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship someday. On January 28, 2018, White challenged Omega for the IWGP United States Championship. It was just his second singles match back from excursion, and his second straight for a major IWGP singles title. While White was able to get an early advantage, it appeared Omega was just on another level as the match moved forward. Omega could even be heard yelling this to White during the match. Omega then landed a series of V-trigger knees late in the bout. While it looked like the end for White, the camera caught him breaking into laughter. White would then fight out of multiple one-winged angel attempts by Omega and land a Blade Runner on the champion. The first Blade Runner didn't keep Omega down, but the second one kept him down just long enough for the ref's hand to hit the mat a third time. Omega's shoulder came up just after the ref's hand came down, but it was too late. White had won the IWGP United States Championship. Vignettes for Switchblade began airing in late 2017. At Power Struggle in November, White was revealed as the wrestler behind the videos, and he attacked Hiroshi Tanahashi. He would later challenge the ace of New Japan to an Intercontinental Championship match at Wrestle Kingdom. White would come up short against Tanahashi, but his win over Omega just a few weeks later is exactly what he needed to launch himself to the very top of New Japan, just months after his return. Kazuchika Okada was ringside during White's big win in Sapporo. While he may have been excited for his young stablemate, he didn't show it. The expression on Okada's face was more of surprise than that of excitement. Well, whether that will ever lead to anything is unclear, however. The native New Zealander will be part of New Japan Pro Wrestling's 4-day tour of Australia in mid-February. The close proximity to his home country should mean a positive reaction from the live crowds on the tour. White won't be able to rest in 2018, however, not while he holds such a sought-after championship. Hangman Page appears motivated for a title shot. Kenny Omega will most likely receive a rematch somewhere down the line. And other names such as David Finlay, his old dojo rival, could be waiting in the wings to challenge him. The 25-year-old Jay White seems like he'll be ready, however. It could be we are witnessing the beginning of an accolade-heavy career. I'm the Eye Guy from Spoiler Free Wrestling.